Hi everyone, welcome to our show. This is James Shaw from Twin Creek Media, and
I'm Noah Barlow from Twin Creek Media.
E-commerce on the embrace technology kind of point is a big deal. I would say everyone knows, you can buy stuff online. You can make your site into a mini Amazon if you feel like it, or you can even sell your stuff on Amazon, for that example. But places like Shopify, their dedicated e-commerce platforms are really popular, or you can use plugins like WooCommerce if you're on WordPress. If you want a simple kind of all-in-one platform, I know you're just building a website right now in Squarespace, which has e-commerce or payment options as well. So there's a lot of options for e-commerce, but what I think's changing a little bit right now is letting people buy from wherever they happen to be, and they might not necessarily be on your website. We were exploring hooking up a clothing brand. They sell uniforms for healthcare, like dentists and doctors and nurses and stuff, and their Instagram feed is actually really popular. But there's a way, right? You can buy stuff right from Instagram itself. Their demographic, 20s and 30s and 40s females, they're on Instagram. That's right where they are.
Sure.
So and they can buy stuff directly. So that sort of thing is now more trending, and it's more available than it used to be. So I think that's important.
For sure.
Also looking at some analytics and saying, if people are on your website and they add to cart, have you ever got those emails where you actually didn't buy it, but you got an email later saying, hey, you forgot something in your cart?
Absolutely.
Right? And it's using technology for that, which is a little bit like going back to the AI conversation that we had with these assistants that are automated. So that's going to become more of a trend, I think, in the future.
I think that automated abandoned cart funnel is very important, and even to the point where they're now using text messages again, where I remember 10, 15 years ago, text message marketing was a big piece of the pie that people were trying to get everybody to buy into. But now I think it's obviously much better because our phones can link us directly to the website as opposed to getting a text message and then having to go to your desktop. And I think the text messages, although annoying, are breaking through the clutter. And so you'll get a text, so I abandon a cart because I am guilty, but I often will abandon cart in hopes for a promo code the next day. So that's a trick I do.
Insider trick,
That's an insider trick, is that I'll abandon cart and wait for the email response.
Yeah, it's like, just use this code for 10% off. So that's actually good. I abandon cart I haven't actually thought about doing that on purpose. I usually abandon cart because I'm indecisive, just flat out, or the shipping was unexpected. I get to the point of checking out and I go, what? The shipping's more than the product itself. And being Canadian, that sucks, right? So the Americans tend to get the better deals, free shipping, but Canadians sometimes not. So that's kind of tough. But the AI, getting back to your point, the text messaging, the open rate for text messages is astronomically high, like in the 90% range, right? The open rate meaning if you send something, what percentage of people actually see it? So text messages very, very high. Everyone checks their phone. Email, just for comparison, an open rate might only be 20%. So
that would be a good campaign.
Yeah, 2 out of 10 people. It's like, wow, you have a big list of 10,000 people, but only 2,000 people open it. So and then how many click, and then what do they do after that? You have to measure the whole thing, as we said before. But text, SMS. So the text messaging services are becoming pretty popular, especially for consumer brands.
And I'm also seeing a lot of chatbots originate from the phone now too. So essentially, we're looking at purchase funnel done through the phone. So instead of having a phone call follow up with a sales representative, they will text you. So this is popular in automotive now, but also any sort of long funnel, long tail sales channel. They're starting to use text more frequently than phone calls because Gen Z is actually more comfortable texting than they are with chatting on the phone. and so they rather just text the salesperson
Right.
than have a quick phone call. And
Yeah.
you see that with automotive a lot. You know, as an enthusiast, I am constantly looking at the next cool car, and you know, a lot of the salespeople will just text you right away and say, hey, like, you were looking at this vehicle, what do you think, what's going to get it across the line? And we'll just text back and forth, and then, you know, once we get past that initial discovery phase, then the phone call usually happens. So I find that to be incredibly interesting, and I like to see how, you know, brands are starting to adopt what works for Gen Z, you know, and start to evolve into a space that is still cutting through, still breaking through, and the fact that, you know, text is such a powerful medium is, you know, still mind-blowing. Right?
It's all focused on that mobile experience, right? So So I mean, that kind of sums up. We've kind of been around in different areas covering the 4 main points, but I'll summarize them once again. So website design trends and how they've changed since the 90s. Focus on experience for mobile devices. Focus on the user experience in the first place, meaning great photos, great videos, short form, easy navigation, and great text that you can skim read, and it's optimized for Google as well with SEO. We didn't really touch on that. That's a whole maybe episode by itself.
Absolutely.
But search engine optimization, text is still really, really important for Google to read, to rank you better and better. The less is more concept, where you're using nice photos, nice videos, it's clean, it's high resolution, they are on brand, the colors match up, it's not cluttered and looking like a MySpace page, right? With little spinny wheels and color and rainbow effects everywhere. You want to really create that sense of calm. And it doesn't matter what industry you're in. This is just these are just principles right now for design. Less is more, right? Using white space, big headlines, nice little easy digestible bits of content. If they want to dig in and read like a whole essay, then allow that as well. And even better if they can download something, you know, for later reading, like a PDF. That's important too. And then the last point is embrace technology, right? Using AI, using apps, using Google My Business Profile, social media, linking everything, connecting the dots together, having a hub, and having it all work together to build your business. So that's kind of a wrap on the web design topic. Cool. So thanks, Noah.
Thank you.
And hope you guys learned something, and we'll be back another time for more.
Thanks a lot. Peace.
Peace.